Hello everybody and welcome back to Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson, and today I am in my outdoor terrace garden and I need to do some maintenance because I haven't been out here and done anything for a long time now. I have spent hydrangea plants here, I have perennials that have died off and been clipped back, but this just looks boring, so I want to plant an evergreen plant in here and also an evergreen plant in the pot there too. Behind me here I have all these wonderful Cyclamen that are doing so well and still flowering here in late November, and it looks beautiful. So I just need to tidy out all of these spent leaves that you can see here from the hostas, and you can see in one of my other videos how beautiful these hostas look during the summer seasons. These are variegated white and green, but I need to take all these spent leaves out now so that this looks neat and tidy and wonderfully evergreen for the rest of the winter season. So basically I'm just going to get on with it. First of all, the tidying up and then the repotting of these pots so I get some beautiful evergreen plants, and then I will take you in for a closer look of everything. I will show you the area before I start, and then I will show you afterwards again close up. But basically I just need to get on with this. So before I get started on everything, I just want to show you what everything is looking like at the moment before I start my maintenance. So you can see that I need to tidy up this hydrangea bush, and the boxes are looking nice, and there's a perennial that's gone down there that I'm going to be changing out and putting a evergreen bush in. And then I have all these beautiful Cyclamen down here that are still flowering absolutely beautifully, and as you can see around, I just need to remove all of the spent leaves on the hosta plants that will come out and bush out again next year absolutely beautifully. And if you look at one of the videos that I already did, you'll see how they were before. They're absolutely beautiful green and white. And then I have these lovely juniper bushes here at the end, and you can see all of the Hydrangea up here looking absolutely beautiful. So I better just get on with this so this looks lovely and tidy for me and all the neighbours alike when they go past. It's about time I got on with this. See here, I need to sort out stuff, and then here this area is all looking really nice still because it stays evergreen all year, so I need to just sort out the rest. And even the hanging baskets are looking wonderful. Even this Asparagus fern is beautifully green and still growing, even though it's getting colder now here in November. But the pots still looking wonderful as well. So let me just get on with this so that you can see how it looks when I'm finished. Now, it's much easier for me to work in these pots when I have a little plastic stool to sit on, so I'll be using this, and I'll start at the furthest end and come towards the camera. There's always something just so satisfying with sitting out here in the sunshine. Oh, it's a lovely blue sky today. The sun is just way up and just feeling like, oh, this is just looking fresh and new again. As soon as you just take away these browning spent leaves, it all just looks lush and green again. It's just wonderful. I feel so good. And it's a fresh day, but it's not too cold because of the sun on my back. It's really nice. I can just sit out here with my jumper on and I'm just in my own zone at the moment. It's amazing how beautiful these plants look even at the end of November. They're still flowering. It's absolutely wonderful. And there we have it. That was the maintenance of these plant holders already done. It didn't take me more than 5 minutes really. And they just look wonderful. So now I need to get on and repot these two pots down here. So the plants that I've decided that I want to put into these two pots to give us a wintergreen pop are this beautiful little plant here. Isn't it lovely? Look at that. So this beautiful plant is called, and it says on the tag here, Chamaecyparis pisifera Filifera Nana. So I'll write that name up on the screen because it's a bit hard to say, but this is the first beautiful little plant, an evergreen, and that is just going to look lovely in that first little pot there. And then the next beautiful plant I have to put in the other pot is this one here. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And this is Taxus ex media Hillii. And this gets lovely red berries on it as well and stays wintergreen. So that is just going to be gorgeous in the other big pot there. So now I'm going to take those plants out and put these ones in. So before I take out this Hydrangea macrophylla, I will take and prune off all of the spent flower heads so I can see the rest of the plant, and then I'll just put that into another pot. And then that plant I will take with me to Crystal Cottage to plant out in the garden next season. Now these stalks have no viable buds or anything on them actually, they look pretty dead, and that's why I'm cutting these ones all the way down. But you know that these Hydrangea macrophylla, they grow buds on old stems, so don't cut it all the way back, otherwise you'll get no blooms next year. I have a few stems that are green and the rest are black, they're dead. And there are a lot of buds coming out at the bottom, so it looks really, really good down there. So that's it for pruning it back. Now I'm just going to lift them up and put them in these other pots so I get them out of the way. That is a beautiful perennial that I can go and plant out next year. And now for this hydrangea. So I will sort these out later. I just want to get replanting in the pot first. So I just need to move some of this other stuff out of the way so I can work with it. Look at these beautiful little pots, full of quartz crystals, and how they shine and reflect in the sun, giving beautiful positive energy. It's just gorgeous. I just feel so happy when I look at these like this. Look at my beautiful dragon that I brought home with me from Beijing in China. Just love it. Just going to take some of this old soil out so I can put some new in and mix that with some lovely bark I have here. This soil that's in here is already very loose and nice and fresh. It was put in there with that perennial this year. You saw from the root ball it hadn't grown very much. So this soil is still fine to mix with a little bit of fresh and some lovely wood bark. Look what I just found in the pot. A lovely little bulb that's coming out. I better put that back in afterwards. So that's the first bit of new soil. Now some wood bark. Keep the soil nice and aerated so it doesn't get clogged down and too compact. There we go. Now I'm ready to plant the first plant. Make a little trench. Like that. And then this little beauty should be able to just pop right on in there with no trouble at all. And it's very dry and it's very root bound. I'll just take some of these, pull them out a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. And now that's ready to plant. Oh. Make it a bit deeper here. And all around the rest of the top of this, I'm just going to put a thick layer of bark, because this plant does love a nice, rich, acidic soil, and it will keep it nice and protected out here in the winter months. So there's that planted, and it looks absolutely wonderful, this little pop of green. I can't wait to get all this tidied up and put all these plants in place and show you them close up, but I've got to go and plant the other pot now with this beautiful plant here. So same thing with this pot. That hydrangea, as you saw, didn't have a very big root ball. It hasn't used much of this soil here. So I can just take a little bit out, add a little bit of fresh, mix that together and some bark, and we'll be good to go with this plant too. Oh, this pot is full of bulbs. So I'm going to have to take some of the soil out actually to be able to get some of the bark in to start with and to make room for the plant. This plant is going to love this. Nice little trench and ready to plant. I just love this part. If I can get it out. Yes. Look at this plant, it's got lovely roots. There's more space. And there it is. Soil around. Now I just want to cover the soil with bark. Thick layer. Why not? Just want to make sure I don't get too much bark above the original level of the plant and the soil it was in. Don't put the soil higher, otherwise you could cause your plant to suffocate and rot. And there's that one potted too. So that took no time whatsoever. So now I just need to tie up around this area a little bit and put them in place so I can take you in for a closer look. So I hope you enjoyed watching this little bit of tidying up in my outdoor terrace garden and a closer look at the plants that I've repotted and tidied up a little bit. I hope you get out into your indoor or outdoor gardens and enjoy them. Even at this time of year in November, you can be outside, you can pot plants if you need to, you can tidy up and make your garden look lush and green. This is going to be gorgeous all the way through till next year now. So thank you very much once again for watching Gardens and Crystals with me, Wesley Peterson. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be uploaded, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.